Hi friends, in my last video I have shown you how we can install Spark on Windows. So we'll start now with some of the examples and we'll see how we are going to work with this Scala with Spark. Okay, so before working with that, let me check whether my Hadoop cluster is started or not. Now you can see it is already working, all the daemons are on. So what we are going to do, we are going to launch the Spark shell in this video. It will take couple of the seconds to start this one. Meanwhile, in this video, what I am going to discuss is Apache RDD, Apache Spark RDD. What actually this RDD is and how we are going to work with this RDD. So Spark RDD is nothing but it is a resilience distributed data set, okay, which is the fundamental data structure of Spark and it is the primary data abstraction in Apache Spark. Some of the features which includes for this RDD is like it is fault tolerant, immutable distributed collection and other things that we are not going to focus so much on this one, that you can be able to learn it from the Google also. So now Apache Spark is ready with the Scala prompt. So seen over here how we are going to create the RDD. Okay, so I'm going to explain the different ways to create RDD. So we have the couple of the ways, we have the totally around 3 ways to create the RDD, not around, it's approx and exact 3 way to create the RDD. Whatever the commands we are going to execute over here is with the Scala, same thing you can be able to do it from the PySpark also. Working wise, no issue. So without wasting any time, let's get started and try to create this RDD. So how we are going to create the RDD? So first way, the RDD is going to be created from a sequence or a list using the parallelize method. What actually it means now and how it is going to work. So I'll give you a very basic example and you can be able to see that a Spark session is now available, a Spark context and a Spark sessions both are available over here. So what we are going to do, first of all, we will sorry for this, we will create one object and here in this data we are going to load some of the data. Okay, so how we are going to load that, we can generate one sequence of list 1 to, let me give one space, 1 to 1000 dot. If you hit dot and press tab, it will give you the list of the available APIs into Scala, and we want to generate this as a to list. So here you will be able to find it out, to list. We'll make use of that to list. Okay, hit enter. You can be able to see that list is shown to your screen. Okay, so how we are going to check it out whether the list is created or not. So this is the syntax data and it is saying it is a list of the integers. Okay, on list we can have multiple operation that Scala is already providing some of the APIs. So we'll click over here, data dot, hit tab. We'll see what actually it is showing to you, how we are going to iterate and what are the things which we can be able to make use of this one. So here we will have some of the method and the API which is already available, like count. If you type over here count, it is not working. Why it is not working? Because it requires some of the, again it is not working. Why? What is the issue over here? Okay, so what we can do, before proceeding further, we will try to explore some other method and we'll see whether that method is also working or not, right? So that data dot maximum value, we can find it out. Oh, cool. So this max is working. And if we look at the error for this count, it is saying that count should have one integer value over here at the comment that we didn't provide it. Then again, data dot max. Oh, max we checked. Now mean, it will give 1. Okay. So like that, it is providing us the some of the APIs. So now what we did, we have created the one data object, and that data is having nothing but it's the list. Okay, and that start from 1 to 1000. Now how we are going to create the RDD? The first approach for creating the RDD is by using the parallelize method. Okay, we'll see that example now. So data RDD, I'll giving the name equal to, and how we are going to access the scalar now, by making use of the SC object. SC dot, if you hit tab, it will let you all the different available methods over here. Okay, so the first approach for our work is to create the RDD using the parallelize method. You can see over here. Okay, so SC dot parallelize. In that one, we need to pass the data what we have created. Cool. Now you can see this data RDD is no more list. It is saying that it is of RDD of the integer, that is from the org.apache.spark.rdd.rdd. Now if you hit enter, let me tell you, data.rdd.tab, it will now give you the function or the API which is available to the Spark now. Then there may be a question why it is the different. Yeah, because it is the generated, it is this API is for the RDD and the previous API was for the list. Okay, so how we are going to find and make use of this APIs over here? Once we have created the RDD, what work we want to do now? There is a question. So what we can do? We can simply try to print each and every element. So for that we have the for each element some API over here. You can see this is the for each. In that we are not going to do any specific work. Print ln is the method. Hit enter. It is not working. Why? Again, we need to think over here. Why it is not working? Because here the spelling is mistake. See, the work is done, and now it is ready to give us the output, and it has resulted only 5 up to 500. We need to check, but this is the approach to create the RDD. Okay, next approach is for creating the RDD by making use of the text file method. How we can create? So I'll take this as the name as the RDD2 equal to sc dot, we have the text file method. Okay, if you want to see available method, simply after dot tab, and here you can be able to see this API. So we have the text file. So what we are going to do, we are going to create the RDD by making use of this text file method by reading the value from a particular text file. Okay, so which text file you can be able to read? You can read any kind of the text file. I have created one backup Hadoop data, and this is the some of the data which is present into my case. Okay, so if you look into this text, we have the some of the files. Okay, so inside this text, we'll make use of this one over here. Okay, inside that text, I am having one file that is known as text01.txt. Hit enter. It is having some issue. What is the issue? we need to give the double slash, or you can make it the forward slash once. Now you can see RDD is created. Okay, we'll cross verify again by calling the for each method, and we'll try to print the content of this RDD. Okay, for each inside that we need to give the parameter method name that is known as the println. Hit enter, and you can see it is giving me the output 1 comma this digit 1. We'll cross verify what is the things that is present over here. What we read, we read one file text01.txt. We'll try to read some another file. Okay, see here what it is, the file name. It is having invalid.txt. Cool, we'll print this one, and it is having the content inside that invalid comma digit 1. We'll see. Yeah, correct. So our second way of creating the RDD is working fine. Now, what is the third way to create the RDD? So the third way of creating the RDD is making use of the existing RDD. So we have some previously created RDD. That RDD was known as data RDD. Okay, so we will make use of this data RDD, or we can create one separate new RDD. Okay, so data RDD, inside this data equal to sc, no, we'll create a little bit smaller. Okay, so what I can be able to create inside this one, we are simply going to pass, we will make use of the sc.parallelize method to directly create it. sc.para parallelize, inside this what we are going to pass as the data, so we will pass one sequence. Now instead of list we will create one sequence, and this is the keyword to create the sequence. Okay, so this is the sequence. Inside this one we are going to create the couple of the values. Inside the sequence we will create first key value pair, that is known as something like a scalar with some value. Okay, second entry into this sequence will be Python, comma some value. You can give any value to this one also. Then I'll take one more. Okay, so that I can take a Spark. Okay, Spark, comma, I'll give this as the 8000 something as the value to this one. So this is how we can be able to create it. Hit enter, and see now it is created. RDD is getting created with the key as a string and value as the integer. Okay, if you want to cross verify it, you can do it by for each method. Okay, inside that println. So it's showing the correct things. There's three values which we have given over here in the sequence. It means what it means? It means that RDD is created. Okay, it is not the third way. It is the first way only, but the different example. So what we are going to do? We are going to create the RDD by making use of the existing data frames. So how we are going to create? We have one RDD which is already available. Based on that, we are going to create one RDD. That is the third way. RDD3 is equal to RDD, the existing one, the first one. The name itself is the data, correct? As we can see here, this is the RDD we have created. So data dot how we are going to modify the existing RDD. So here suppose these values what we have passed, that is like 8,000, 3,000, 1,000. So we will increase this value by 10,000. Existing value should get modified by 10,000. How we can do it? So we have the map function that we will discuss later on, but for this time you can just think that we have the map function. We'll take the cool examples like how it is showing. We have the two different row, so each row is now going to be mapped over here. Okay, and inside this we need to put the how it is going to modify, how we are going to modify the maps. Okay, so the row 1, whatever the existing value is there, and underscore 1, this is to demonstrate the column 1. Okay, if it is underscore 1, that is the row 1 will be the same. Okay, now however the row 2, row 2 is nothing but we are going to modify the value by 10,000. Okay, we are going to modify the value by 10,000. Hit enter. So here RDD is getting created. Now what we can do, we can cross verify whether it is created exactly what we are expecting or not. We can be able to print the value from this RDD. Oh, instead of, now we can see a Scala. Earlier it was having 1,000. Now 1,000 we have added over here, and it is showing the 2,000. 3,000 has become 4,000, and this Spark 8,000 has become the 9,000. So this is the total three way by which we are going to create the RDD.